Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this stupid fucking episode of Mediak Productions. Because the Mediak podcast.
Because our demonetization.
Who cares, dude? I mean, I was going to swear like 40 times in this episode anyway. We recorded for 30 minutes. We had very good discussion on this like moderately bad movie. Some of us think it's worse than others, but we had a very good discussion. I was very excited and proud of the podcast. And then I looked over. None of the audio was recording, not even a single bit of it. I don't know how this happened. I didn't even update OBS. It's stupid. Whatever. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep talking about this bad movie and this bad franchise. And we're going to do it all over again. So sorry if we miss out on stuff talking about the movie, because we did in another recording that no one's ever going to see. As usual, Chadwick, Skylar, Austin, and Zach over here. Stay tuned to after the Now You See Me, Now You Don't review. If you want to see some media-related news, I think there is some interesting stuff this time around. And then also I have a fun story for what we're watching. So if you want to stay to the end and see some stuff that we watched, read, played since last recording, go ahead and do that. And we started this a couple weeks ago, but we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. So share this with your friends, give it a like, comment down below, other stuff like that. And one thing I forgot to do at the beginning of last recording is spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about everything related to Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Now You 3 Me, Now You See Me 3. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, just pause and then go see the movie. Or if you don't care, I mean, it's Now You See Me. If you don't, it's not the most complex movies out there on the planet. So we're going to be talking about some shit. There is some spoilers. Go ahead, Skylar.
You know what I realized we forgot to do at the beginning of the last one?
What?
We forgot to give a summary.
Oh my god! It was Destiny!
Who wants to give this away?
Dude, holy
Zach,
shit.
take it away.
Okay. Oh, dude, holy crap. I can't believe we forgot
That's
that.
crazy.
It actually was Destiny for us.
You're about to do it again, too.
I know, yeah. We actually were about to forget again. I mean, it's the worst part of the episode. We have to fucking strain our brain to remember these shit-ass movies.
Good.
So we have the Horsemen are back. They do a trick. They scam a guy, not scam. They steal money from a guy who scams people. But it's actually not the Horsemen. It's three people who want to be the Horsemen. And then Jesse Eisenberg appears. He talks about them for a bit, and then they go and they steal a diamond. But it turns out that while they're stealing the diamond, the other Horseman also appeared, but not Lula, not yet. She's not in the movie yet. And then they steal the diamond. There's turmoil, right? They were arguing on the boat. What happened? Did something bad go at the... No, they did that flawlessly. They nailed it because there was a helicopter and they got away. Yeah,
It was that they had beef. Like, it's because Mark Ruffalo's character was in jail. Like, that's why the Horsemen broke up last time.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Thank you for adding to that. And then, what did they have to go do? They had to go turn into Diamond. Someone help me out with this. Like, what was the next heist thing for them to do? Because there was like a lull for the next 45 minutes.
It was the house after that. And then they got to jail. Then they had to get their buddy.
Damn, I shouldn't have been done. So they went to this house that was old magic where Morgan Freeman was at to try and find out what to do next, because this was like a puzzle that the AI was trying to make them go on. All of their cards like led to the house. And then, hey, I'll get to it, Austin. Don't worry about it. I saw that face. And then
quiet.
The French police break into the house and kill Morgan Freeman, and then steal Woody Harrelson and two other people. I think it was the girl that was taken. And then the other horsemen break into the French police station and release everyone except for Morgan. No, not Morgan Freeman. He's dead. Woody Harrelson, who stays back and gets captured. And then the end of the movie is the rest of the horsemen, all six of them. Lula came and saved them, by the way. That was one of the ways they got out of the prison. Lula's back. And now all of the horsemen, except for Woody Harrelson, are at Abu Dhabi. Where is it? Where did they go? Someone help. They went somewhere, not in America, and there was sand. And they went there to get Woody Harrelson back because that's where the villain was at. The villain was doing a race car thing there. And then it turns out that the villain actually is the sister of one of the main characters, and he orchestrated all this and not the eye to take her down specifically. Did I miss anything important? Because I think I did.
And important.
I did that really bad. That was the worst one I think I've ever had, because I wasn't anticipating on doing it, so I didn't like prepare in advance. And I just I don't know. I just barely remember.
You got out of that easy for watching it the most recently.
Yeah. Oh, you should have.
I thought it was going to be me. Yeah.
I
but
assumed it was
honestly,
me because I'm the one that put us through this torture of
I was
watching
gonna
these
say, I think
movies.
this guy was giving that.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I only picked Zach because he outed Austin last time, so I thought it'd be really funny to flip the script.
That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. And I was put on my toes too. I didn't fucking no idea what to do. I was like, shit, I'm gonna stumble through this.
All right.
It was tough.
Can I bring up the first point that we're going to talk
I
about?
don't remember what all we talked about in the last 30 minutes.
The dialogue in this movie sucks.
Yes, that is
It is
true.
terrible.
Especially in the beginning. I remember one thing I talked about was that the bit where Jesse Eisenberg goes down the line of our three main characters and tells us their personalities verbally. Fucking hated that. It just is like, it feels so cringe just repeating the same words I said 30 minutes ago, but it literally just was like the most epitomized tell don't show. I would rather have just seen their personalities on the screen. We kind of did. They were already talking to each other and we kind of got a grasp of their personalities before that scene. So I just was so unnecessary and stupid. Go ahead, Scott.
I think we only really got a grasp of the girl's personality from the like how they got into their building. We just got to see she's like the daredevil out of the group, and that the one guy, like the tech guy, and then the other guy is just
The actor.
a guy.
No, he's the
Like,
actor. He's the
just
Juilliard
face.
guy. Yeah, but like we're 5 minutes into the movie. We're not supposed to have all of the information about our characters. I would have rather just gotten that
No,
through
this-
seeing it throughout the movie.
Oh no, I'm saying that's like fine, and I wasn't saying like that was bad that we got to see like a little bit of them because it was probably good that we got to see a little bit of them. But on that walk there, like whenever the three were like just talking and having like their conversation, it was some of the worst dialogue in the entire movie. And I didn't even bring this up 30 minutes ago
That's true.
because I was gonna wait. But it genuinely felt like I was watching like a movie from the 80s because I was like, this just feels like something I don't really think would happen in a conversation. I don't know if I'm misremembering it, but I was like, this conversation feels so fake, like so fake.
This was an 80s action movie. You're totally right about that. Because like one thing I mentioned earlier was that the action was very like old because it was like one hit KOs to all the villains. That just made me think of that. For like this literally was just like a modernized, better visually looking a 4K version of an 80s action movie.
except it's magicians instead
Yes.
of spies
Yeah.
because they're just like the extreme versions of what they are in reality.
Yeah. But it
Like,
still
the
is high
spies
school.
are just yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So 80% the same.
Yeah, basically.
Can we argue that they are spies though?
They are. They're
They are.
they're the
Yeah.
eyes spies.
Nice.
No, don't nice that. That was stupid. The second I said
That's
it, I
fine.
was
What
like,
That's stupid.
okay. Speaking of, can we talk about the dumbest scene in the movie? The scene that I like and you guys don't seem to, where they went into the house where the French police attacked Morgan Freeman and shot him to death.
Yeah, go for it. Talk about it.
Well, that's basically it, dude. I thought it was really fucking funny that they had the French police do that. It was so stupid, dude. It made no sense at all. It was such a dumb scene. And then Woody Harrelson freaked the fuck out about it. And just like, why is he getting this upset? Like, did we see him have this type of connection to Morgan Freeman? Like in the previous movies, they put him in jail.
It
in the
happened on
first
screen.
movie. You're right. Okay. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
should have thought about that.
obviously.
I should have thought about that. I should have thought
Like
about
everything
that.
else.
Yeah.
World building. Come on.
I play devil's advocate. What we've seen, I don't think they've had any sort of relationship,
No.
but so much time has transpired since. I mean, they said 10 years.
I'm like, that's not devil's advocate. That's
That's not devil's advocate.
He was literally
Completely
joining their
agreeing.
side against. Whatever. It's stupid. I don't
Yeah,
care.
you
I thought
actually-
I'll play devil's advocate.
I don't even dislike the scene. I just think it's stupid and I really like it. I was laughing the entire time. The second the French police brought out the battering ram to break down the door, I was like, all right, we've officially entered the silly category. And then we watched like essentially a Three Stooges fight scene with all of the characters throughout the house, which was amazing. Like in one of them, Woody Harrelson just walked by them. And I just was like, I don't care how many mirrors are in that room. That just wouldn't happen. That is so
But
stupid.
it was one funny part of that, though. At least one part I liked.
Oh, whenever he said the
And-
thing about drugs, everyone in my theater,
No.
he was like, "Oh, dude, the edibles kicking in." Everyone in my theater cackled at that. I thought they thought that was really funny, and I was like, "That's a very like baseline joke." Like, I didn't think that was the most funny thing ever. Like, "Oh, Woody Harrelson does drugs." That's hilarious. That's a really good joke right there. Sorry for what was the funny bit?
Oh no, I mean I feel like that's just a standard Now You See Me joke. What I was talking about was I guess you'd call it like the shrinking room. I don't know. I've seen that optical illusion, but I thought they did it like fairly decently on camera. Like especially the one like guy was gonna, I think it was like a kick that he did, and they like came to fight at each other. I don't know. I thought they did that well.
I agree. I was thinking of that scene specifically whenever I thought Three Stooges, though. It was again. It's like there's like good set dressing. Like everything looks really good. We were talking about the long take in the previous 30 minutes, where I thought that it was filmed really well, even though you guys didn't like it. Well, I also don't think it makes sense too, but it still was filmed really well. Same with that scene with the optical illusion. It's filmed really well. But again, it was a scene where the little girl and Jack were like essentially doing like this and then slapping them, and they were falling over. It just was. It was just goofy. It was stoogey, you know? And then it ended with the funniest death scene I've ever seen. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, yeah, that was horrible. I do want to backtrack before we got into the house, because there's one scene that, again, I didn't mention last time. And it was whenever the girl instantly knew how to figure out the door, despite zero chance she's ever seen like a door like that before. There's zero chance. And then she just happens to pull the exact right one, twist it, do it again, and then twist the other.
She knew the code, Skylar.
Yes, she did.
She knew the code.
Can we talk about that? I actually want to. I'm kind of going to derail a little bit because I'm going to be talking about the biggest twist, which is the fact that it was all orchestrated from the beginning.
Yeah, by the three.
I told you, I guess, like in the uncanon version of this episode, mentioned that I like the twist. Since then, I remembered something like that specific puzzle and things that had occurred. I would have liked this twist so much more if those that knew of it, like the three little kids, weren't involved whatsoever with like getting into the house. They obviously set that whole thing up. They knew the lock. They knew to move the dice and the ball, to open the bookshelf. I wish the actual horsemen discovered that for themselves, because it just ruins the point. They know what it's all set up, so it doesn't really hit hard now afterwards.
Because they're not good magicians, the three new kids. They all their tricks that they did, they knew what was going to happen or what was going to like occur. She seemed
they tricked the magicians though.
They're good actors. Though.
Convincing.
They're good actors.
Yeah,
I'd say they're not good magicians. They're
still good. They're talented, right? But
yeah,
are they necessarily like
they're not the
witty as in vocally, but like can they improvise?
Yeah,
we can't tell. This whole thing was pre-planned.
Can we even tell if they can?
That's what makes someone good, if you can improvise. So,
do we even know if they can improvise? We've never seen them actually have a chance at failing.
They have actually. I will say this. I was about to spoil something of my like last couple things, but like the one-upping each other scene. I'm trying to think of a way to say this. The one-upping of each other completely hinges on the idea that they understood and knew what the previous person's trick was, which I think completely destroys the in-world experience of that scene, and it makes no sense. But it at least proves that the younger people like can do the magic or understand the magic. Right. So I will say that.
Okay, that's good. I am going to go off of that though with something I didn't say in the previous recording that I am very excited to talk about. Woody Harrelson's magic in that one long take that I really liked was embarrassing. He barely did any magic whatsoever in that scene. He did like half of a card trick and then passed it on to someone else because he was useless in this movie. And I mean that in a good way, because usually he has this really stupid fucking ritual to make people get hypnotized in the dumbest possible way. But it just didn't apply in this movie. And I love that. It addressed my main problem I had with this. The previous two movies was that the hypnotism was stupid, but he did it 3 times in this movie. He tried to hypnotize 3 people in the first scene, but one of it failed. And then he tried to hypnotize the guy with the gun, like he tried to do the weird word things, and that didn't work. That scene made me really happy. I was like, that feels like that scene is made for me. And then it happened one other time too. I don't remember, but I do remember telling G that it happened 3 times in the movie. If someone could give me an assist. Where else did he try doing his little? But I remember it just didn't impact.
Did you mention the PlayStation? I'm sorry, I kind of.
the one where he tried with the guy and he was like, "You're wondering why I'm saying words weirdly" or something like that, and he was like,
No, with like the villain, because he read her mind, but I guess he kind of knew the whole backstory about her.
I don't count that as
Googled
that.
that beforehand.
Yeah, I was like, I don't count. They literally, Austin, they literally Googled it beforehand. They talked about it in a circle.
Yeah, they did kind of know it. If anything, he just confirmed it.
Yeah,
based off her cues.
I don't count that as hypnotism. That was fine because that happens in real life. People are just really good at reading people and using prior knowledge to read people more. I have a big problem with like doing and now you're asleep. I hate that. I think it's so stupid. So, and they just didn't do that in this movie, and I really appreciated that aspect of it because I felt that was targeted towards me specifically. But that was kind of all I was saying. He did nothing in this movie. He ended up not contributing even in the slightest in the end of it. And I don't.
It was a detriment actually because he was the reason they had to give the diamond back.
True. And then once I got it, he couldn't help in the excitement.
He perfectly played his role.
You're right.
Perfect.
Of course, everyone did.
Right.
Because that's what was planned from the beginning.
Because the boy knew that one of them was going to get kidnapped inside of the police station, and then they had to use the leverage. He planned for this.
Knew that Atlas was going to choose to pick his friends over them after earlier in the movie he said they're dead.
I also hate that box scene of them escaping, and I think it's so stupid. I'm not a fan of it.
It was all right. That's a good point. Chen, you can go ahead. I call dibs after. Sorry, Sky. You're
I was just gonna argue he's not the only person that didn't contribute. I'd argue that the French girl, although she came to save the day as like that witch, she do anything other than that?
Nope. She didn't do something other than kiss Jack, which is very important because we need a boy girl in this movie. Yeah, we do. Yeah. We need one. It's an objective for every action movie, and you need a boy
It's an objective
girl.
for just every movie now.
Yeah, it's just
if it's live action, I must see boy girl. It must be there.
Yes. Chandler, you
that's what I said. Austin, you're up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess going back to the box scene, it had me feeling a weird way because this was really the only time we saw them actively figuring out how to escape things like in the trilogy, except for Mark Ruffalo's like under the water scene. And I really did not like that. Like for how much I dislike the weird, crazy explanations that don't make sense, I dislike more seeing the people that we know have the ability to do practically magic struggle to get out of a glass box with a lot of pretty easy ways to do so. And then also just like admit a bunch of stuff to each other, like they're actually going to die and completely give up before they figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was weird.
I'm going to go off of that a little bit more.
This guy has to go next.
Zach can go.
Okay. I really hate like those scenes in movies because I think they're like just lazy writing in total. Because what it is it's front loaded with people being like, I have like 4 ideas that we're going to try. And then we cut away and we cut back and it's like halfway full. And I guess they didn't have a single idea in that time until we see them again, where they then come up with 5 more ideas. And then we cut away and then we cut back. And it's right now they're at the top and they're going to die. But no, they found out the right idea. And then we cut away and cut back, but no water's raised at all. And now they're further along and escaping. And then we cut away and cut back. And then they were in the exact same spot, but the glass is basically broken this time. It's so... Go ahead.
What if the sand is actively soaking up the water?
I don't know, man. Maybe.
I will say I have to kind of I almost completely disagree with you, Austin. It's because I actually liked the improvising during that. Like they actually had to figure it out. It wasn't something like
That's a fair opinion.
I like the idea.
No, like they used their brains to actually look into the past and realize, oh wait, this already occurred. How we solve it. I liked it. I kind of dug that a little bit.
I agree, actually. I love the idea because we've only ever seen it happen and then we see an explanation of it or see an explanation of something and then we see it happen. So I do really appreciate us trying to see our horsemen be smart. I just don't think it was executed very well. I would have preferred some other way to show how intelligent they are. Go ahead, Skylar.
How did she know where they'll stand?
That is the dumbest part of the entire
Perfectly
thing.
placed scrap.
Dude, no, she was like what she was is she was a hunter that was really hoping that the deer walked exactly into the spot. And it just was like, come on, come on, come on. And then once they all stood there, she went, yes, and then pressed the button and they all fell.
Wasn't there like a thing where she like around them too? Like there was multiple points
She
where
walked through them.
Yeah,
She
there were
walked on the
multiple
trap.
parts- Yes, there's multiple parts where they should have moved,
Yeah.
but they couldn't because they knew they couldn't.
Dude, what if her team like accidentally hit it too early when she was walking by and dropped her into the glass with them? That would have been so fucking funny, dude. I would have.
And then the hologram image of her is playing the exact same thing she's telling all the horsemen, because I don't know how she got down there so fast.
I agree. It had to have been a hologram because she fucking has calves of steel if she is running that far in heels to go all the way down there and they're running all the way back up to be back.
By the time they just are there, just the fall, she sprints around it down. She's like, it turns on all the lights, starts talking about her collections. Like the only thing I needed were my horsemen.
And it wasn't even like there were stairs right there because it showed her walking like a good distance to and from the box whenever she left. So, yeah. Homie was running the second she got off screen. I love the idea of that. That's really funny to me, actually. But is there anything we talked about in the previous 30 minutes that we haven't addressed yet? I have no idea.
The car
Mark
chase.
Ruffalo?
No, don't bring him up.
I truly, and like for the majority of the movie, thought to myself, Mark Ruffalo is going to be in this movie, obviously. I just didn't know to what extent. I was very confident he was going to be the twist. Like he was going to be the eye member that like orchestrated the entire thing. When we saw the shadow figure, I was like, all right, prove me right. and then it was the boy, and I was like, all right, wait, one second here. What the fuck is going on?
See, I didn't even think, I guess this is something we didn't talk about before. When that happened, I didn't think he was actually the person he said he was. I thought this was just a display that they were doing similar to the last movie, which it was. But the fact that he actually is her long lost brother who's been plotting revenge and like
the family history too.
I feel like it wasn't necessary.
It wasn't. And like, why did we have to make them Nazis? Like, okay. I've watched One Piece. I know the quote, like, sins of the father don't go onto the son or whatever, but like, he's Nazi. Like his dad is, like.
No.
I don't know. Like,
what do you mean?
I don't know. The bloodline. It was like
we didn't watch One Piece enough, I guess.
No, I know you're right. But like, I don't know. It's just so weird to confirm that the father of one of our main characters is a Nazi. Like that just is like, I don't know.
But like he was the bastard of a Nazi, so like negative on a negative.
No, I'm not saying that boy is wrong. I was mainly saying that as a joke, but I'm just saying like it's a weird thing to include in your movie because you just didn't have to. You didn't have to be like he was a Nazi. You could just say he was a bad guy.
They like touching on the surface a lot of things that are deeper. Like that was one big thing where I was really excited about where this movie was going was when they first introduced the villain. I mean, her acting immediately, it was comically like it was a comic villain basically. Like it was like 19, like old style Lex Luthor type. Literally. But I thought they were going down the route of just the enemy being the diamond making, and not diamond making, but the diamond mining industry, and then going into like how many people die with that and stuff. Yeah, and they kind of touched on that, but then they chose, instead of focusing on like the very real reality of like something that people more than likely buy within their life, they were just like, nope, we're just going to make a psychopath also lead the company that might be doing bad things that we're not going to really talk about and dive into, because that would make real companies mad.
But like, again, they made them Nazis for no reason. Like they didn't have to introduce that aspect of it. I just think that's fucking stupid.
They didn't have to make the CEO a psychopath who killed their brother for no reason. Like
I don't know, but I feel like that's you got to make the villain more villainy, I guess, for the people that don't understand that capitalism.
Do you think making the father a Nazi contributed to making the villain a villain? Like,
no, I don't. She's a psychopath regardless.
That's why I'm defending.
You're helping my point. Okay, I see.
Yeah. But like having your like sister kill your mother, that's like motivation to get back at her. Having your father be a kind of a Nazi, it would never played into either of their character motivations. It was just a fact.
Yeah, I mean, it also was just like a one-off line in the middle of the movie. They were like, "Oh, he was a part of the army that attacked this random magician thing." Like, there's literally no reason to connect them at all. They could just say that her dad was a bad guy, or not even say that. There's no need that. They could just say she's a bad person, and then this happened, and she is a psychopath because of it. I don't know.
Like, I don't have a problem with him saying it because, like, I really don't care.
Yeah.
And this this was very close to the end of the movie, correct? That they started saying all this.
No,
Or is it
middle.
the
They
beginning?
introduced the Nazi stuff in the middle.
Okay, so this was during the really dead period in which I was starting to get a little annoyed that we were adding in random facts, and I was like, anything interesting happen, please.
Give me visual stuff.
yes.
Please shoot Morgan Freeman. Come on. Please.
Guys, you're missing the point. Nazis are really bad, and that makes a good villain.
You're right, actually. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about that. I haven't actually watched either of the James Gunn TV shows to release this year.
Well, they wanted, they really just wanted to pound home to the audience, like, hey, in case you weren't sure after we told you she killed her brother, that she killed the affair of her dad, that she basically killed or almost killed one of her employees. They were just like, okay, let's just throw the Nazis in there just to know, like, hey, this is the bad guy audience. That she's Nazi bad.
Yeah. I think you're spitting. They're like, okay, just before yet.
Because we were incredibly clear with every line of dialogue that she spoke on scene. Here's the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, dude.
This is bad guy. She's girl, but it's still bad guy. You know,
Just an interesting thing to throw in the movie.
Wait,
right
can
away.
we talk about that? Because we touched on it in the pre 30 minutes, but the whole like women magician thing, and the only like relevance they had was like just being women and knowing each other because they were women.
Yeah.
Like, girl, they're just like, yeah, hey, you two know each other. Like when June and oh my god, what's her name again?
Also, did Hadley or June do like because Lulu had the magic in the police station? Did June or Hadley do like any actual magic aside from pickpocketing in this movie?
That was the biggest thing. When they introduced everyone, every single old horseman did magic, and Hadley hit someone over the head with a bottle.
I didn't even remember that. That was
And I was like, "But what? Like, she doesn't like. I guess she's retired, but like, that's all you got.
No magic, not even any CG magic. Come on, dude.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel I liked her in the original, and I feel like they kind of screwed her.
whenever you retire, you lose your powers. I think they said that off screen.
Right.
So
they
you
did
should
say
try
that
to
off screen.
watch out for that.
But you still get to be friends with other female magicians, like
Because
she's having a family. Yeah,
Be the
because they're
horsewoman.
girls. Yeah.
You can't have just two, because then people are going to assume that there's only two. So you need to have three. So it's like, hey, there's a crowd here now. You know.
That final
just
scene at the end of the movie, it almost takes the cake as like my least favorite scene in the entire film, because I feel like they could have just not had it in the movie. It felt like it was a post-credit scene that someone was like, "This is too long. We have to put this at the end of the movie because it's just way too."
That
long.
is a great explanation.
Yeah.
That is.
It fucking sucks because it is just cringe of them trying to be friends or family together. Like that scene where Jack and Lulu kiss is so horrible. And then it's followed up by Mark Ruffalo's stupid ass cameo in the movie. And a dumb explanation of the eye. We talked about the eye in the previous scene. Previous recording. I don't like the eye. And I think that scene like makes it so I'd like the eye less. If that scene wasn't in the movie, I would have basically no problems with the eye in this film. I'd just be like, all right, whatever. This is an eyeless movie. But
yeah, I was like, you wouldn't have problems because they're not in it.
Exactly. And that's fine.
They do nothing.
And that's fine.
I think that's a problem. That was a problem for me. Is that I don't know what is the eye? Like, what's the eye? We didn't talk about. We've got to redo the theory thing.
Austin, that's what I'm fucking talking about. The eye makes no goddamn sense. I would have been perfectly fine if they just never addressed it again. You know, if Mark Ruffalo is the eye, Morgan Freeman is the eye. It stays in prison with Mark Ruffalo and it dies with Morgan Freeman. I would have been happy with that.
Can we talk about that theory?
Go ahead.
Talk about the theory.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we kind of discussed this in the pre 30 minutes, the hidden 30 minutes.
The uncanon episode, as Chandler says.
Yes, uncanon episode. The current theory among the cast. Can I say that? Is everyone on board with this at the moment? Okay. Is that the eye does not exist in practicality. The eye is just an idea that Mark Ruffalo and Morgan Freeman are just in on together, and they're just making the Horsemen do whatever they want because, I don't know, they think it's funny or they feel like it should be done. And it's working because they haven't done a single thing in 30 movies.
Superheroes now. They like take over the world and fight against crime. So like, who cares if the eye is an ethereal, real, fake thing? It doesn't matter. My explanation was that the writers of the movie didn't think about it enough. Go ahead, Austin.
No, sorry. I found a way that they could make me like this series. Like, and it was based on what you said. Like, what if the eye actually was like a fifth dimensional being that gave them powers?
What the fuck? How did you get that?
Because you said an ethereal being, and like genuinely, that would explain so much of these last 3 movies. Is that once you get like the acceptance of the eye, you get legit magic powers, and that's how they've been doing.
Yeah, like you can just foresee the future too, and just plan everything ahead of time.
You know what? Fuck it. If in Now You See Me 4, Now You For Me, if that's what happens, I love these movies. If they actually retcon it and say that, then fuck it. I'm gonna look at these movies with an entirely different light, and I will be positive on them. But until that happens, I will not feel that way at all.
Fair.
What else did we talk about in the other 30 minutes? I cannot remember. Do we want to just get into favorite, least favorite, etc.?
Guys, mind if I shoot my shot actually with something?
Dude, shoot.
Talking about theories.
Shoot it.
Oh yeah.
This is such a stretch. I don't know why I went on this tangent. I have to share. What if the 4th movie? I think this would have to be a finale. I think this is how the series would have to end. So
this
maybe the 4th.
Never ending, Chandler.
Like, what if
I have a theory for the title.
AI. All right, it's like this. Like imagine in like what Call of Duty 6. There's like that AI. Zach, help me out. What are you?
Sam, you're talking about Sam.
Sam.
Yeah. But
imagine there's like some sort of AI. They call it the eye, but it's good.
It happens.
It's good AI.
That could happen.
And it's like leading them in the right directions, this and that. But what if on that final episode it goes rogue and they have to end the eye?
Dude, that unironically could fucking happen because that's like pop culturally relevant, you know? Like I could see some bigwig being like, dude, this is a fucking crazy idea. I don't know if you guys have seen Mission Impossible, but that's what they did in their finale. They made it in AI.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it is genuinely possible that could happen. I'm not saying that in a good way. I'm just saying in a realistic way. Go ahead, Skyler.
If that happens, can I miss the podcast for a week?
We are not, dude. It is. We're not fucking touching the series again. I don't care if they release 60 of these movies. I do not want to watch another one personally. Damn it! We were talking about the title because this movie very obviously hints off at like Mark Ruffalo says like, oh, get ready for another adventure, team. It really felt like a Power Rangers-y where he was Zordon and he was like, all right, squad, let's get out and go fight these Megazords. That's not the right word for it, but doesn't matter. You get what I mean. But it was very obvious that there was going to be a sequel to this movie, especially since so many people saw it. Oh, we didn't talk about that. This movie was sold out in most theaters. Even in my rinky-dink little theater that doesn't have reclining seats that I like going to because it makes me feel like a kid again. That one was basically sold out. I've never seen that before, ever. Only other time like we've ever gotten close with Until Dawn and 2 other couples were in the theater with us. That's the only other time we've like seen like somewhat people in there. But this one was basically sold out. Fun, cool. I think it should be called Now You See Me, Now You Don't Too. I think that's what the next one should be called.
No. I'm sorry. I skied his hand up, but the actual name of it is going to be Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Now You See Me Again.
That's a good one.
You actually lost and say exactly what you say.
No, dude,
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I can't.
I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe that.
I'm an awful person. Sky, I'm sorry. That's a lesson. I gotta stop. I gotta let you just speak, man. I'm so sorry. I got credit for it too. Fuck.
Not only did you perfectly get it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That was actually crazy. But
They're playing wavelength over here.
what else I was going to say is in the last, as Chandler says, what would you call it? The uncanon?
Yeah, uncanny.
30 minutes. Yes, the uncanon episode. I talked about how I almost fell asleep watching this movie multiple times because I was not entertained in the slightest throughout any of this movie. I really did not care for realistically anything aside from like 2 scenes that I'm gonna talk about here soon. Genuinely, I think you could have thrown out the entire movie and I would have been perfectly fine. I probably would have actually been happier if I had not watched this movie. But I think like I said not to talk about Mark Ruffalo because at the end it actively made me angry. I was like, okay, this is gonna happen. Thaddeus is about to walk in the door. Thaddeus is actually about to walk in that door. He's
I thought he was
actually about to come back. And he does. I'm gonna have to shut this laptop. I'm gonna text Zach. Why'd you make me watch this? I'm actually mad at you right now.
Blame Noah.
And it's Zach's fault.
What? Oh, it is my fault. It actually is my
You
fault.
made the schedule. You made the schedule.
I did. I made the schedule.
And then I was gonna have to do like a couple laps around my living room, and then I was gonna come back and finish the final 5 minutes, and then write all my notes because I was so ready for Thaddeus to come back. But I'm so glad he did not. At least
Smart man dead. He went out in such a glorious way to the French
you wanna
woman
be
shooting him to
police
death.
Wait, I forgot to mention that part from the uncanon
Oh,
one.
dude, that's so funny.
Like what was going through the policeman's mind. Like the guy literally just saw an old man say, "I'm gonna disappear," and walk behind the mirror and thought that was provocation for shooting him.
And then the French man shot him. That's so
Yeah.
fucking stupid. Dude. Oh, I love that, dude.
I'm
Go ahead,
I'm
Scott.
ready for your favorite.
Wait, I want to say something real quick. So I love that your guys' idea for the next title, but that actually should be the 6th one because they change it on they come up with a good
Right.
idea. Yeah, they come up with a good
Yeah.
idea every other movie title. So it'll be Now You See Me, Now You See Me 2, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Now You See Me, Now You Don't 2, and then Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Now You See Me again. And then Now You See
And
Me,
then-
Now You Don't, Now You See Me again too, obviously.
And then it's gonna be now you see me, now you don't, now you see me again, now I'm gone again, but you're wrong. I was like here the whole time.
Eventually it gets to Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Now You See Me to your left. And then it
Do you
just
remember?
keeps going.
Eventually the title was actually gonna be like one of those like Star Wars like upward scroll like, early title. It's gonna be that long. This franchise is sadly never going to die.
It is sadly, dude. It looks like they're just handing it over to another generation to then just continue the slop. But whatever. Someone's
ask
gonna
you
say
guys-
something. Oh, go ahead, Chen.
You guys think that the whole getting caught by the police was planned?
Yeah, sure.
I
think
don't
so.
fucking know. Who fucking cares? Dude?
I feel like we might have said that last in the uncanon version. I could have sworn like we said that everything was planned, and I could have sworn we might have thrown the whole police station. I don't think that was the case. I really don't.
You're probably right.
I disagree because they had to have found some sort of leverage reason for the horseman to go and show up a trade for the diamond.
Damn it.
You know, because they needed to have some sort of reason for the horseman to give up the diamond to the lady. He had to have planned for someone to get kidnapped at some point.
Stole it.
Austin, that was really funny.
I'm glad you thought so. I
No,
just like,
no, they-
I just realized I was wrong. I'm like, yep, yeah, it's accurate.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily planned on someone getting kidnapped. It was more like they just planned on eventually getting the diamond back, and then she was going to give the diamond to the mysterious figure.
Yeah, but why
think-
would the horseman give the diamond to her?
To say friend.
No, they weren't going to give it to her. They were going to somehow take it.
But they can't. She needed to have the diamond for the plan to work because she had to think that she was going into the case.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Hey, let's go.
I still don't think the whole prison thing was planned. I really don't.
I think they didn't think about it enough. I think they got to the end of the script and was like, shit, we need a fucking twist because the other movies have one. And so they
I
just,
think that's exactly what it was. They just needed the twist, and they were just like, okay, we're just not going to reshoot the rest of this movie, so we're just going to throw it in.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's the mastermind for some reason.
they should have made Mark Ruffalo. They should have made Mark Ruffalo.
Austin, I think you're right. They literally added the scene at the end, and then we're like, well, there's nothing saying that. We need his voice somewhere, so they make it the very beginning scene.
That's what they did with Mark Ruffalo. I'm
There you go.
convinced they did that at the.
It makes
movie,
sense.
too. They relied on the fact that you wouldn't watch this movie again.
You just need to foreshadow it once. That's it.
This is Now You See Me 1.5 because this is just like a redo of the first movie.
And the second.
And second, yeah.
They're all the same.
19.
They're
Right.
all the same.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we want to get into our favorite, least favorite, etc.? Chandler, you
Yeah.
go first.
We go first.
Yep.
Okay, I can't say I really had anything funny about this show or this movie to say. If I had to give something, it's because when you guys brought it up, and it did remind me. I when Woody Harrelson tried to mind troll in the very beginning those three individuals, and it didn't work on this one person. What was he saying? I can't remember. He was trying to say the trigger word, and he was like, shoot, it's not working. It's not working.
He was like, "Do you know
And
how
it's
hard
like,
it is to?"
It's a different language. He does not understand
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
said to him. I
That
thought
was actually really
kinda
funny. Yeah.
I agree.
It's
Yeah.
strange because I couldn't say much of this was funny for me. So for that reason, I planned two favorites for you guys.
Ooh.
I actually laughed a lot during this movie. I'm going to be honest.
I liked. Okay, so you know how we said that we don't like the exposition dumping, and I don't think they avoided that in this film, especially with the very final twist. Like they literally spoon feed to you. It'll work, but I think that was necessary because otherwise you would have been so lost. You needed to know, like, oh yeah, he was the whole mastermind, the whole tarot cards and stuff. Can't say that I necessarily liked how they explained that, but what I did love, I really liked this, is when they explained how they stole the diamond after it was all done, said and done. I really liked that because they didn't showed you. They showed you. They didn't tell you, and it actually looked pretty good. Like how they swapped the case, then flipped it, and then we're controlling.
And it wasn't
when they
bullshit.
flipped it. It was their own.
And it wasn't bullshit. Like if you rewatch that scene, you can see how it fit with the way that they explained it. Like most of my problems with the explanations were if you rewatch the scene, it didn't fucking make sense. But you're right. That scene at the Galleria actually was like a really well executed version of a heist.
Can I ask
Is
a
it sad to
question
say that
about
that's good because that's what you're supposed to expect? That's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be
Yeah.
like. It
Yeah.
shouldn't, like, are we praising it for being like what it should have? Like, but regardless, I did like it for that reason.
Yeah.
I did like that.
What were we saying, Austin? Real quick.
Oh, just real quick. And I think I might have just missed this, but the electronic piece they got into the case that they actually used to steal the diamond. When exactly did they put that in there?
During the photography thing, they switched out the cases whenever she was holding the diamond.
Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. Move on. I was being dumb. It's almost like I was watching this while cooking.
Oh, they don't know about that. We talked about that in the last episode.
Oh, it's right.
Austin watched this while
Also-
cooking.
Real quick, do we actually have to restart this because I never explained my whole editing and background? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, start over again, guys. Dang it.
But we mentioned this, maybe not in this one, but probably the last one, how they outsmarted that the glass box with the sand and the water.
Did we talk
just
about
like
that
the
on this one? I
improvisation
thought that was a
on
really great conversation. Did we?
No.
Don't
Fuck,
think
dude, that was
I
like
don't
one of the
think so.
best things we talked about. God damn it.
We were a little torn on it. Some said that we liked it, some said we didn't. But I like that they improvised because most of the time it's all scripted and they already know what they're gonna do, this and that. But they really had to lock in and figure out how they're gonna get out of this because it looked almost impossible. They tried almost everything. They're going through a checklist. All right, here's what you do: step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on. And I thought it was pretty well done. That purpose. What I disliked was I did not like Thaddeus dying. I know we've already said that, and it's like a broken record player, but it was just so wasted. And I think I can say this because we didn't say it this time around. It just felt so fake and wasted. And honestly, very similar to Harrison Ford and how he wanted to be done with Star Wars, and I think that was since maybe I don't even know the second movie they ever made. He just didn't want to be a part of it, but they kept him alive, and so they killed him off in The Force Awakens. It honestly felt like that. Like you said, maybe he was just kind of growing old and couldn't fit the role anymore. But it just was so flat. It was so flat. And they just walked away and never brought it up again. They never reference his death, honor him, this or that. Is his body still there? Is it
Probably.
decomposing as we speak? Seriously. So
I
yeah,
love that you said that.
I didn't really care for those. Sorry.
No, that made me happy. That was funny.
But Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. I thought there was lots to like from this. Oh, am I supposed to put a number?
No. That was just a 3, and then we're gonna go in the summary.
Yeah, yeah, that's my 3, if you will. So
You can pop.
popcorn.
All right. Well, I'm going to kick off. My least favorite is also Thaddeus dying. I just think it was terrible.
It's so funny though.
It
gives
actually
me
made
Daredevil
mad. I was
vibes.
like, I was like, there's no way I'm actually watching this in a movie released this year. There's no way.
What do you mean him
yeah, so I
going?
just-
That's
yeah,
acting, dude. That's
I actually
acting.
mentioned, like, I actually wrote down Thaddeus dying was some of the worst dying scenes in the scene. It was slow talk thing, like, and then lean backwards, and that was it. That he did.
Hey, don't diss Morgan Freeman. How dare you?
He's God in some movies.
The way out of this because I'm probably stuck. I am probably more trapped into these movies with Mediak than he is now being an actor forever released. And there's a chance I have to come back. So I'm on it. I'm envious. I'll go with my fun one of my like my funniest is like the second funniest, and my favorite is my funniest. So I'm just gonna go with what I called my funniest because I didn't have like a favorite scene. I don't think anything was good. So whenever the mentalist says sleep and it doesn't work, and then he gets like actually pistol slapped, and then he puts the guy in a chokehold, and then he like passes out and he goes sleep, and then like I thought that was kind of funny. Like it didn't work.
Yeah.
But then he just made him pass out and yelled sleep at him. I like that.
You know, he had that in him. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, dude.
All magicians can fight, clearly.
Clearly.
Yeah, and
That's what they're
that's a
That's part
very
of the eye stars.
right now that hypnosis
When
rate
you
is
punch
like
someone, he was
100%.
like, "How?"
Dude, punching someone.
Like,
No, this wasn't
Have you
weird.
punched someone before?
I agree, but he definitely didn't look like he was a fighter for sure. But he could still like,
Hey,
knock
no.
someone out.
Choking someone out and punching someone are two very different things. Like,
Yeah,
I,
but
I
like,
think it's much
come on.
like
I think it's hard to choke someone out. You have
It's harder to choke someone out.
Position.
I'm not saying
he
it's
just, like,
harder,
like
not
that.
harder to
He
punch
flipped him
someone. I'm
over and
saying
was like,
like it makes sense if you practice choking someone out. It makes sense that you wouldn't expect it to hurt whenever you punch someone. You know?
I disagree. I'm on Chant's side for this because anyone that knows how to put someone in a correct chokehold can punch someone correctly and knows what a punch feels
That's-
like. I think
okay.
that's, I guess,
You know
were
what? Fuck it. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. I don't.
Yeah. This movie's so stupid, bro.
Sorry, Scott. You can get through. We didn't interrupt this.
Oh, my favorite was actually whenever it was the band.
It's fine. Just keep going.
Oh,
He'll do
So,
his
yeah,
dance
can
whenever
you
he's
hear me?
back. We can hear him.
yeah.
It's so funny.
So my funniest is whenever the sand is like filling it or the water. It's like getting filled. And the mentalist guy goes, fuck magic, call back up. Like that one I thought was really funny.
Yeah, dude, that
Like,
was a good one.
That's
See,
that
I
was
told you, this
actually-
movie's kind of
I
funny.
actually
I
checked
laughed at this movie a lot.
those were the two that I did.
Hey, some of them
Um,
weren't intentional. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
Though this fair. The pistol slap one, I like just like kind of I exhaled through my nose, but that one I actually kind of giggled at it because I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. A magician saying "fuck magic," all back up. Like that's pretty funny. Yeah, but I'll wait till Austin gets back, so I'll popcorn Zach.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, do you have
You can
another
see
one?
his green icon moving. His green thing.
Yeah, he was
You can
talking.
see he's trying to talk.
Yeah, his camera's just not working. That's fine. If he can hear, that's all that matters. But did you wait? So you hit two funniest. But you have your least favorite scene? No, least favorite is Thaddeus dying. You hit all of them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Damn. All right. Let's do funniest because I think that would be easier. I don't know if I have necessarily a favorite scene because there's not like one specifically that I was like, I really like that scene. There's not. I don't have that in this movie. So I'll do what you guys did and just choose two funny. Or I think Chandler said no funny and two favorite or something like that. Skylar did two funny, right? Yeah, I'll do that too. My funniest scene is whenever they all put their cards together and it made a map, and the holdovers kid was like, "Hey Atlas, that's your dad." That was so good. Me and G talked about that joke for like 2 hours after the movie.
It was pretty good, actually. Is
Austin, are you able to hear us, or is your camera going, or what's going on here? All right, so we're gonna say that Austin is cooked.
wait, Austin, can you join from your phone? That might be a little better. I think that worked last time.
It did, but that's an interesting setup there. Austin,
If he can hear us.
he probably can't. In all honesty, I don't know how Discord works, or also bad Wi-Fi. So
Okay.
that might have been mean. Is he in? That's doing the same thing as last time. Awesome. I'm just gonna keep going. The other funniest scene, I don't know. I don't think I have one. Like, there's like a couple bits where I like exhale through my nose, but like, I'd say probably easily my favorite scene and the next funniest scene is Thaddeus's death. Like that entire bit, like from the minute the French police showed up to whenever they like escaped, I was fucking cackling the entire time. I thought it was so stupid. It like I can't remember if I said it in this episode or the forgotten one, but like it hit the parabola of dumb where it just kind of stepped over the line to the point in which it was in the Daredevil category, where I just was like, you know what? I like this. This is so dumb. I think it's funny now. I just wish the rest of the movie like kept that stupid ass tone for the most part. So I'm copping out and giving 2 scenes, but one of them is both. There we go.
That feels perfectly valid.
No, wait, I forgot. My least favorite scene. I didn't even talk about it. The introduction scene for the villain. Not only is this the worst acting performance she has in the movie, arguably, there's another scene that's really bad, but also it's not intimidating at all because like she just put a diamond in his mouth and he didn't have to swallow it. He just was upset that it was there. And then he spit it out like it was poison on his tongue or some shit. It was so like the opposite of intimidating. It made me not interested in the entire movie. I was like, are you kidding me? This is how we're introducing our villain right now. This is embarrassing. I don't know what to do now.
Would that have been possible to swallow?
I don't know.
Maybe, that thing was thick.
I mean, like, even if he just didn't have to, she was like, she could just go swallow it and you
It was pretty intense. I'll give it that, but I think that's because like they just.
What about that was intense? She said if he swallows it, it'll cut up his thing. And if I was that guy, I'd be like, you know what? Good thing I'm not swallowing it.
Yeah,
like,
just
if you read the room, they were all like very scared. I will say like they made.
Yeah, but it wasn't believable, dude. Like who would be scared of the words that she's saying?
I'm not saying it's not stupid. Please don't. I'm not trying to disagree with you by any means. I'm saying it's an intense environment.
It was not.
What do you mean?
They tried to build an intense environment. That's what they were trying to portray.
Yeah, they tried
like,
to.
They told all of the actors in the room, look really scared whenever she says these stupid fucking words. And then that's just what happened. And I know that's what they were trying to. What is going on with Austin? Is he even on his phone now? I know we texted him.
I texted him. I just don't know if he's looking at his phone.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck is?
Maybe we need to call him.
Yeah, so someone say something interesting. I'm gonna give him a ring real quick. Skylar, talk about the scene in the movie.
I mean, do we want to give our numbers and explain?
No, we need Austin here for that. And also Austin has to do his other points.
Okay, I can talk about that again for the 3rd time. They've never had a slight chance of failing. Never once. They were guaranteed success again throughout the entire thing because the one guy would have made sure that it worked.
Oh, Austin's kind of in.
We have camera.
Dude, he's back. It's not even on his phone, too. How'd he survive?
I don't know what happened. I saw and heard everything you guys said, and I was just doing weird shit for a little while, like thinking it'd be entertaining when I came back, and I never did. So, yeah.
You were a blue box for a little bit there.
Damn.
Not even a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, guys.
Hey,
you'd see that.
No worries.
I mean, as long as you heard us, that's all that matters.
You're back in perfect timing. We need your 3.
Yeah, we are.
Let's go. Okay. Awesome. Oh, I don't know if someone said my funniest now. Anyone use the name joke?
Yes, I did. That me and G thought it was so funny. Dude, specifically, like obviously it was funny at the beginning of the movie whenever he made that quip. But whenever they put the 4 cars together, we went, "Hey, Atlas, that's your dad." So funny. I really love that.
I thought that was
great.
yeah, I thought that was hilarious, and I thought it was a fun quip at the beginning, and it's just it. They have no continuity between any of their movies, like between characters, between any of the plot. But the fact that they made a callback to a joke, like I don't know, that just got me. It was a joke that I liked. I'm like, there you go, good
That's
job.
a good one, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite. I think Chan said this at least. Zach might have. I don't know if you did. But the diamond heist scene, I thought that was really cool. I actually thought Atlas did a really good job in that. I thought his presentation and the way he spoke and called out her and kind of made her look like a fool was probably the best that best moment he's had in the series.
It's also
and
shot well.
I actually really, yeah. And I it kind of brings me to my least favorite a little bit because that connects. I liked the vibe of the movie at that point. I think I mentioned it, but I liked the first half of this movie until we got to the stuff in the crazy house. And it's because I kind of liked having Atlas as the older mentor and the other three is just characters themselves that we're learning about and getting new information on. And even though it's kind of cliche that you just like bring someone from old movies back and they're the mentor, whatever. But I enjoyed the vibe up to that point. And I think that was the last moment, at least for Atlas, where he really got to shine. Because after that, it was just a cameo fest of everyone else who's in the movies. But yeah, my least favorite is the same thing as I said before, the house scene where everyone's one-upping each other, where I just didn't think it was entertaining at all. But it's more than that because in world, it just makes no sense why they're doing it. Because they're each completely making fools of themselves every time they do a trick because they know what the previous person's trick is going to be. So why would they, who are they doing this for? If they all know what the other person's trick is going to be and understand. Yes, I got that, Zach. Thank you.
It's the same thing as the card trick. Why do you like the card trick whenever this is the exact same thing as it?
No, it's not. Sky, go first. I'm going to explain what section after.
They needed to get time for the police to get there to shoot Morgan Freeman.
They needed to shoot Morgan Freeman. Yes. I'm all for it.
There was a point of the card scene. Like, even though they added a lot of eccentricity to the way that they executed it.
There was a reason for it to start and stop. You're right.
Yeah, there's no reason. They were all in the house alone. There's no plot reason why they were doing it. It made no sense.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't entertaining to me either because they weren't incredibly great tricks. I mean, I know it was one long shot and I respect it because of that. I didn't really see that when I was watching the movie. But I don't know. It was my least enjoyable part in the entire movie. And that is exactly when I got up to start making food because I thought the first half, I was like, okay, I'm entertained. I'm like, never mind. Let's go get food.
But that's the start of the parabola because that's whenever it starts entering Daredevil territory. The second that scene hits is whenever it starts getting too stupid. And I like too stupid.
Yeah. It's not too stupid to me though. Cause actually, no, it might be. But it's the fact that I didn't think the first half of the movie was too stupid. It was the same thing as what they've done previously, but in my mind, it was to a better degree, or at least a more entertaining one to me.
So it's better written degree, I'd say. Like it wasn't.
Yeah. And I was more interested. And I was interested in the dynamic. Like we've never really, like we've had the Horsemen in the last two movies, but we've never really seen them interact a whole ton. Like it's just people telling each other what they're like. And we did get to see a handful of moments where they were kind of like acting like as a group. And we saw the dynamic between Atlas and the bozo guy or whatever he called them. Yeah, that was about it.
Give us your number. You'll start it off and go backwards.
Yeah, you kind of gave a really good summary.
Oh, okay.
Just keep going.
All right. Yeah, I liked the first half. I thought it went downhill. I thought overall the giant twist at the end was completely unnecessary and made the movie significantly worse. And halfway through the movie, I genuinely was having a great time. And I was about to come into this podcast defending the hell out of it.
Great?
Like, I said good time.
You said great.
Oh, sorry. Well, then, my bad. I guess there's video evidence. My bad. I thought I said good.
Hey, you might have said good.
Yeah.
I thought I heard
yeah.
great.
No, you're right. I think I said great, and like it was like, hey, I was having a great time. Like I was just vibing.
Yeah.
Like it was a good movie experience for me, and I was curious where they were going, and I liked the whole what I thought was going to be the antagonist of the like diamond mining industry and how they were tackling like I don't know, the whole lab grown versus that stuff. I pet peeve of mine, but I was excited where they were going, and it seemed like they actually had a message or meaning to the movie, and then they didn't, and the villain became a super villain, and then the Now You See Me movie became a Now You See Me movie, and yeah, overall, I didn't really know where to put this movie. I think I'm going to land at the same thing. I think I said the first one at a 4.5 because I did enjoy some of it, but there was a lot of stupid stuff and the writing was bad and everything we've said previously, but 4.5 is good with me.
I'll pick it up then. This movie is bad, objectively. I think that if it's pretty hard to put it anywhere on the like meter that's above the halfway point. So like right away, that's where my opinion is. However, I think it is significantly better than both of the two movies because I think both movies. I know the first one is mildly entertaining and has a really great idea, but most scenes are written poorly in the first two movies entirely. But the first half of this movie, the individual scenes, for the most part, apart from like the dialogue, are relatively well written. And I know that that's dumb, but I'm not giving it points for that. I'm just saying that it is like a movie in the first half of this, which the other two movies can't say because like all the scenes just don't work or don't intertwine within each other. But in the first half of this movie, they are just like flowing, but it's kind of boring in the first half. There's like the heist is pretty interesting for the most part, but that's only like 10 minutes. And then it continues the stupid fucking movie magic, like not actual seeing any magic on the screen. I know I talked about this in the previous one. I should have brought it up earlier, but there's just a lot of like we're seeing CG or people jumping and they turn into dust or a light flashes on the screen. And now we're cutting to a completely different scene with completely different shit in the shot. And we're now supposed to believe that it was a cardboard cutout of a helicopter instead of us seeing a real helicopter on the screen. I don't believe that. I would have much rather preferred them having the cardboard cutout of the helicopter on the first shot, and we like see it get torn down into a cardboard one. Like they do camera magic enough that the cardboard one looks real the way that they want it to look like in the real world. I just think it's stupid. I hate when movie magic is done to portray real magic. It's why I hate the first movie and I hate the magic in this movie. But it works slightly better, and the stupid scenes are so stupid that I find them funny, which I couldn't feel that way in the first two movies. Beating around the bush. I think the writing falls off a cliff at the end of the movie by far. It's embarrassing how bad it gets for like whenever you rethink about the different situations. And Morgan Freeman's stuff is just magical. I'm gonna give this a 4 point. I'm gonna give it a 4. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 4 flat. I couldn't give it higher than a 4 point. Like I wanted to say 4.5 because I wasn't upset during this movie. I wasn't interested. I was feeling emotions the entire way through because I was either like, that didn't make sense in a funny way, or I was like, you know what, this is shockingly good. and I was laughing most of the movie. And I don't know if that is the movie's intention, but that's what happened. So I don't have bad memories, but 4.5. It was Skyler next, right? No, sorry, 4. I don't have bad memories, but 4 flat. Okay. But 4 flat. Sorry, I heard myself there at the end.
Yeah, it's me. So I'm going to kind of say the exact opposite of pretty much you guys so far. I think this is the worst one. I didn't have a good time throughout any of this. I thought opening up with AI and calling it magic was so stupid. And then somehow technology got them into the Horsemen without any trials or anything that, again, really hasn't been relevant since the first one, but apparently nothing is consistent. So, and then all of a sudden they're able to, it makes sense why they're now better than the Horsemen because they literally know the puzzle. But in the moment, it doesn't make sense. You're like, how are these like people who are just now seeing this for the first time better than the people who have done this for however many years now. But then you look back and you're like, even in the moment, you're like, wow, I'm impressed. Then you get to the end and you're like, wow, that sucks actually. The Horsemen never had a chance. And then you get to the part in the house when they're just killing time, and they know the puzzle the entire time. They know how to get through everything. And they have the same problem where there was never a chance at failing. They have a worse villain than probably all of the movies, because it was the worst written character probably in the entire show. Like in all of the movies, that is probably the bottom of the barrel for written characters. And it's just not entertaining. The pacing isn't consistent. It like some parts it's like way too much, and then a lot of the movie is not enough, and it's like 30 minutes and nothing has happened. And I don't think there's really anything I really like about this movie. But like I know that it could just be that like it's just not for me. Like I know these movies suck. Like I expected this one. I went in thinking this one was going to be the worst, and it somehow exceeded my expectations of it being bad. It actually was worse than I thought, and I was genuinely thinking it was going to be like the worst thing I watched this year. But yeah, even with that, like my rating isn't going to change that shockingly. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 instead of a 3.5 that I gave the other ones, because this one is worse. But at the same
This is
time,
the worst thing
they're
I've
all
watched all year. How's it a 3? You definitely rated something like Smile 2 is definitely
probably
lower than that.
well, because there are still things that I laughed at, so I have to give it something for that. Like there are probably like things that I have watched that I genuinely didn't like at all, and like that. Like I'm saying, it's probably going to be the worst thing I've watched all year. I don't know if I'd
We'll see you in the rankings whenever we do that in December, the Mediak tier list.
Yeah.
Where do we rank everything that we watched?
But I had to keep this one close to the other ones because this is just like every other movie. It's exactly the same as every other movie. It's just they added 3 more characters that are duplicates of characters they already have and then called it lore. Like that was it. Like that was actually it. That's the only thing that is different between 1, 2, and 3 is that there's a character added that adds lore. It literally, we had 4 and then 1 got replaced, added lore. And then now there's this movie. There's 5 that were the original. They're still there. And then they added 3 for lore. Like it's the same thing. It's just terrible. And I'm tired of it. Yeah, I'm just going to go with a 3 and I'll go over to Chandler.
This actually might be one of the worst things you've watched all year. I'm going to be honest. The only bad thing we have is like Den of Thieves and Until Dawn. That's like it.
Yeah, and I didn't rate it Until Dawn that low.
Yeah, I fucking hate that movie. Worst thing we've watched on the podcast ever. Continue.
Guys, I don't mean to skew our average, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Fair warning.
All right.
Maybe hopefully I can speak for the viewers out there, but I thought this was subjectively a good movie. I liked it. I did like it a lot, actually. Now, I think there's a couple reasons for that. I went into this. One, I watched the trailer, and I think that confused me. I was so lost in what that was about. I thought it was going to be like the young generation versus the old generation. They're going to be beefing, and
I watched.
that wasn't the case whatsoever. But I think it takes a normal kind of person to enjoy this film, and a special kind of person to not. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I want to explain.
Fuck.
Hear me out. Special, I mean like someone that can like critique the film, because you're right. There's so many mistakes in this film. I think objectively, you're right. You guys are right. It's not. It probably does not deserve a number above 5.
Noah, why?
Like, I can like whenever I was looking at a theater to go to watch this, they were all sold out. Of them, most part. I found one where there was one that was kind of empty, probably because of the time I went. Everyone left with a smile on their face, and I also kind of left with a smile on my face. I found it highly entertaining. Right now, you can put that hand down. What?
You're just wrong. You're just wrong. There's no way.
Dude, what the fuck? You just were like, hey, Noah, Kyle, you guys like this movie? You're normal.
That's me. Normal just means a little bit dumb in this case.
No.
Or maybe just
Okay,
not
guys,
caring, you know?
I'm joking, Chad. I promise.
Who goes to a movie to like pick out all the bad parts about it?
We do.
That takes a special kind of
That's why we're here.
it's a movie to not enjoy it.
I have the last
It's a special kind of person. Am I not like right here? I think if you go to some like that want to go to this want to enjoy it because they like the first two.
Right.
And I did like the first two. I told you guys my first experiences with them. I liked them. I've tried to honor that in my number. With kind of the same expectations, or at least mindset. I was hoping to like it. I thought it was different in aspects. I like that it still followed the theme of revenge. There are some things that are stretches, and I'm trying to avoid because it's going to like not like the movie as much as I want to. Right. So that was a handful. All right. But that's why I like the film, or at least why I guess I didn't give you any specific reasons other than from what I've said throughout the podcast, but I thought it was entertaining. Even like the moment when they're in that puzzle house and they were trying to one up each other, and it didn't make sense how they knew what the person in front of them did and how to follow suit. But it was something to watch, and it was not brain rot, but you know what I mean. It was stimulation. All right, it was
Right.
cool. There's a lot going on, and it's
made more
fun.
sense than the
It's
previous ones.
entertaining. And I think that's what most people went to this movie wanted out of it. And I think they got that out of it, especially with the twist. If you don't think too hard about the twist, it's mind-blowing. It's like, whoa, you mean he was behind it the whole time? No, I'm not giving that as an excuse. That's what makes someone enjoy it.
That is, yeah.
So wrong with
He's
that, right?
spitting facts.
No, you are. I mean,
I think
and
you
it's so
only said
long.
one thing. There's one thing you said that I think is subjectively wrong, and is that this is a subjectively good movie.
Well,
like,
I only wanted to say like that because Zach was like, this is objectively a bad movie. So I was like, subjectively, it's a good
Because by all the like metric standards that make a good movie, this doesn't qualify.
yeah. Well, I
Even
guess
though,
I just meant I'm like
what is a
anything
good movie is
can
different to people, you know. But like,
yeah.
if we're looking at like writing that makes sense, shots that are good, and just like things that live up to the ideas that the movie builds up and the stuff said in the movie, it just doesn't do that. Sorry, continue.
You can keep
I
going.
shouldn't have said
no
objectively.
worries. I was joking.
It's okay. No, I think you are like, I don't think you're wrong in that saying objectively. I mean, like we've agreed on multiple things that don't make sense. So I think there's something truthful about that. So I don't think there's anything to apologize with that. But
Skylar, put that down.
like I said,
Chandler,
my
give me a
piece.
summary.
I'm not sure if we can fit all of what I said into a 60-second short. So I'm just going to give you my number. I'm going to give it a 7.
Whoa. Whoa.
How do you feel about eliminating
I think it's
outliers
the
for the
best.
average?
Fuck, dude. Chandler, that's why we have you on the podcast. I'm being dead serious. That your spiel there about like having the opinion of the normal person. Yeah, man. Love that. Love that for you.
We're out of touch. Like maybe we just need
We
to
are out of
like
touch.
go back and socialize more because we lost the plot.
No, we watched too
I
many
think it has
movies.
to do with
That's our
immersion. Like, bring this up with this like with Smile 1 and Smile 2. Like, I was talking to my roommate about that the other day, and we went and saw both of them, or at least the second one in theaters. We really liked them. And I remember when we talked about Smile, you both like detested the crap. You still detest the crap out of that film. I still find some enjoyment in it. And I think that's because I went trying to be scared. And scary movies scare me. So maybe I don't have to go. I'm going to be scared regardless. But I went into this wanting to be amazed by magic and minimal CGI as possible, I guess. But yeah, I've given my number. I hope. Can we round up to a 5 though?
He's doing the math.
Guys, like the audacity.
Average.
Skylar, what
I
is
feel
the
like
average?
average is just
He's at 4.6.
No, we're rounding down
I
to a
was gonna say,
4.5.
it's
I'm
like-
sorry, Chandler. Fuck that. That's so. I'm not. I was just.
I should have done 7.5.
No, you shouldn't have. Fuck that. That's.
7.5.
I think we should round down to a 4.
I think we should round down to a 4. Wow.
Viewers here, guys.
That's
About
insane.
viewers.
Well, not insane. Sorry. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. That's just very shocking. I was like, the highest you can go is 6.
That's what I wrote down. That's literally what I literally had.
I think I'm having a change of heart because I feel like sometimes I'm just a little too critical, or maybe I'm not critical enough, but don't want to be don't want to scrutinize a film so much if I find enjoyment in it. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
Yeah, but I like whenever I rate movies and I think about enjoyment level, I always think about the fact of like, why is this movie getting made over something else in a different series? Like, I really hope we never get another Now You See Me, but like, it's going to get another one because it made a lot of money. And it doesn't deserve 2, 3, or 4 whenever Transformers 1 is never getting a sequel. And that movie is like amazing by all standards. Even Skylar, who like doesn't like the Transformers all that much and didn't care for the movie, was like, that movie's baller. But now we're getting Now You See Me 4, and all 4 of us are like, yeah, that third one sucked, but we're getting it. So whatever.
Out of 4 of us.
Yeah, Chandler loved it.
I didn't love it.
Not
I didn't
love.
love it.
Sorry, not
I
love.
tended to love it. All right.
Yeah,
But
not
that's
love.
stretch.
Sorry, that was me.
And it is like your mind is blown. You could never watch anything else and you'd be fine. So I'd argue a 7 is you loved it. But that's just my ranking.
I'd say you
Love
liked
is a
it.
10.
You liked it. I don't know.
Love is a strong word.
Chandler,
It's
do
a
you?
very, there's love and there's hate. I feel like one's like they're
Yeah, that's fair.
But there's levels to love is the thing.
That's fair. Everyone has their own standard and ranking. Chandler, explain your room situation.
yes. Okay, yeah. So for those that are unaware, which is I think probably everyone, including the viewers, I'm at a friend's house right now. We are watching the games. One thing's led to another. I spent the night and woke up like crap. I don't have my laptop with me. And keep in mind, I thought we were recording this at 9 a.m. Like panicking last night, like, shoot, bro, I need your laptop. You got anything for me? I'm currently on a MacBook. That's why I look so blurry. I truly do apologize for that. I tried wiping the camera. There's really nothing I could do. But yeah, this is the background. I think it's pretty cool. What do you guys think of my friend's room?
I think
He's pretty
sick.
sick.
Yeah, it's a good background. Yeah.
He's got a lot more than I do.
It's not as decorated as Skylar's, but
You screamed, by the way.
it's not as decorated as his.
Tyler decorates the screen by having himself on it.
Oh yeah.
He's more than it.
I tried.
Okay. News time. We're gonna speed run this. Okay. Yell out if you have something interesting to say, but we're an hour and 15 minutes. Chandler asked us to be quick, and we just were not. So I'm gonna be really
I
quick with
do
this.
have an hour drive home.
Oscar Isaac says he no longer wants to play Moon Knight and no longer wants to work for Disney. He said, right now, I'm not so open to working with Disney, but if they can kind of figure that out, not succumb to fascism, that would be great. That was his quote on it. So he's no longer going to be in Moon Knight, which sucks because I like Moon Knight. But I totally understand where he's coming from. Disney sucks. HBO is now currently working on a true crime inspired series with Jimmy Olsen where he's investigating Gorilla Grodd, which is interesting. I like the idea of that because I like the guy who plays Jimmy, but I saw someone comment and say like it probably would make more sense if this was like a Lois Lane style show, like an investigative reporter kind of thing. And I totally agree with that. And they're definitely choosing Jimmy because it's funnier, but more funny. Sorry, but like I don't know, anything can be good. So I'm looking forward to that. Continuing down the James Gunn DC stuff. We're now getting a live action V for Vendetta TV series that is going to be executive produced by James Gunn. Basically means like he's funding it. So that will be interesting. I'm excited for that. V for Vendetta is a great comic and also a pretty good movie, even though Mark Miller doesn't like it. But Mark Miller doesn't like anything that is adapted of his comic books. So whatever. Jujutsu Kaisen will be split into 2 different parts for their season 3. So essentially season 3 and 4, but they're doing the Attack on Titan thing or the solo leveling thing where they say it's one season, but it's actually split up over the course of like 2 different bits. So we're getting 13 episodes in part 1 and 13 episodes in part 2. I forgot to screenshot the section of this that says when the dates are for all of it, but we know that the first one's starting in early January. So that's fun. I don't know when part 2 will be, but it won't be coming out at the same time. Sabrina Carpenter is going to be in a reboot of Alice in Wonderland. That'll be interesting. I have no other information on that.
As Alice?
Yeah, as Alice. Sabrina Carpenter, yeah. Okay, here are the big ones. These are the ones I think you're going to be having something to say something over. Vine is coming back. It has a different name. I'm blanking. It's called Divine. That's the new name of it. It's called Divine. And its like main selling point is that it's not allowing any AI generated content on it whatsoever, which is interesting. Like I wish more platforms would do something like that. To go on the exact 180 on that spectrum, Disney Plus is planning to introduce an AI short form content made by users specifically on the site. So it's going to be like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, that thing like TikTok, but only AI generated content. And that's Disney Plus's new model that they're going for. Bob Iger said that this will
What?
create a much more engaging experience for Disney Plus users. All right,
Yeah, that just
right.
just stab me with dopamine at this point.
Yeah,
Like, what are
dude.
we talking about? Like,
Let's make everyone as stupid as possible using as much brain rate. Oh, there's another thing I forgot. There's like almost no development on this, so take this with like a huge grain of salt because it could go absolutely nowhere. Nintendo is looking to sue OpenAI for using their like characters, and they're looking into copyright infringement on that. Which, if they lock down on that, OpenAI kind of is like essentially useless because it copies already existing properties. So if it can no longer copy copyrighted material, then it can't do its thing, right?
and as long as they can prove it's doing that, that's the
Well,
problem.
if you type in Itadori versus Gojo, then it's there. Like that's what it is.
Well, but if you don't use the actual art as the basis and you use unlicensed, I'm saying like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not wrong. It's 100% wrong. And I hope that they get axed for that. But proving on a legal level that it's doing that. And then even if they do that afterwards, if there's any lawsuits after that, how can they prove that they broke?
I
Like
think
the
it's
previous
mainly like
precedent.
the ones where it's literally like the White House using Ash and Pikachu in ice costumes or stuff like that. Like it's that stuff that they're after, where it's blatantly obviously the infringement of the copyright, where that is Pikachu. Like you can show that to someone and they'll be like, yeah, that's Pikachu. He has a hat on, but it's Pikachu, you know?
But like, how do you? It doesn't matter. That's the. I was thinking from like the AI perspective. How do you like take that data out of the system? You know,
I don't think that like no one in the Supreme Court is
This
smart
doesn't
enough to
matter.
know what that is. They can just see pictures. That's it. That's the evidence. They currently
Yeah, I
they
don't know.
edited
We'll see.
the footage of this. I'm getting too into something, and then they were like, no, this
Chan's gotta
isn't
try.
doctored. What?
Oh no! Sorry. I was like, Chan's got to drive. I'm like, we
Yeah.
don't got to do that
Yeah,
whole
literally.
AI debate right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all my news. I'm done with it. Does anyone have
Well-
anything they want to say?
Yes, I
Skylar.
do. Chan,
Mhm.
Sky,
Oh,
what have you been watching?
I've been watching a little bit, maybe. I usually write down what I've been doing, so I'm going to like of memory. But I started watching the Welcome to Derry show. If you guys have heard, very good, very good. We'll say the CGI is a little. I mean, I think it looks good, but it's definitely goofy looking. Like it's obviously CGI, but I feel like I actually, you know what? Word for word, almost, I was getting Davy Jones vibes with the CGI. Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a pretty good CGI. So
That is.
I thought you were
like there
saying
was like
bad.
one episode I was like, whoa, that was very, very
Well, I mean, whenever he was building it up, whenever he said the CGI, I thought he was going to build it up into saying it was bad. But that's crazy.
No.
That's good to
I
hear.
think it's good. I really think the CGI looks good, but like it's definitely obvious. Like it's not practical, but some of it looks goofy. But regardless, the show's really good. It's pretty scary too. What else? I started last night. We were watching my friends Trailer Park Boys for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Dude,
I
Bubbles.
cannot wait to finish. I'm gonna binge the crap out of that.
That's a funny
I
one.
will say, my opinion on Pulp Fiction might change. Might change.
Interesting. That's
I don't know.
weird way
Because
to take it.
there's a if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you know why I don't like Pulp Fiction,
Yes.
you guys know. There's a scene of that in Trailer Park Boys, like the very first episode, maybe the second episode. But they do it in a very funny way, which maybe I need to rewatch Pulp Fiction and maybe I can laugh out of it and then I'll like it. Movie for you know.
Was that a funny scene in Pulp Fiction? I don't recall that being a funny scene in Pulp Fiction.
Okay, maybe not. Never mind.
I think that was a very serious and not happy scene in Pulp Fiction.
Okay. Sorry, I forget so much about.
Okay.
Probably the fact that I didn't like something for that reason. Okay, never mind.
No.
Maybe I won't like. Pulp
That's a
Fiction
valid
anymore
reason to
going
not
forward
like that scene.
But yeah, no, Trailer Park Boys so funny. I cannot wait to finish that.
That shit's hilarious.
I tell you all, I finished Ghost of Yote. I might have done that. Maybe
I think
not.
Yeah, you did that last week.
So I'm gonna pick up Astrobot. I downloaded that. We're gonna finish that. I never did finish it, but very fun, like a Super Mario platformer.
Yeah.
Anything else? I'll say that's about it. Maybe some Harley Quinn here and there, whatever's on the TV from my roommate. But yeah, that's just about it. I think. Not much.
Okay. Well, Chan, you have a time crunch. I figured you can go first. So if you needed to get home, you could
You can
leave now, and it'll be all
You
good.
guys don't mind if I do?
No, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go
I do
for it.
appreciate
Why I
that.
asked you
I will
first.
say, like, unfortunately, like with driving now, I feel like I'm like narco, whatever. You guys get it. I feel like I have narcolepsy because
That's not good, bro.
every time I get
It's fucking
tired,
late
no
as
matter
hell.
how short the drive, can't help but like want to doze off. So
Get a snack.
appreciate that. I'm gonna try and get home in one
Be
piece.
safe, man.
One piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's something that I've never had an issue with till recently. I feel like.
Yeah.
Got any tips like Fireball, whatever I can do to eat to keep me awake?
Yeah, dude.
Right, well,
Just
anyways,
get like a
whatever.
snack or something.
A snack.
Yeah.
My mom like she eats Fireballs. I might try like sour
Okay, I
Patch
thought you were
Kids,
talking about a
sour
different
aspect
Fireball.
of that.
I thought you were talking about the
I was
Yeah.
wondering that as well.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like
take a shot of Fireball before getting on the road.
I like the red little like sucker or whatever.
Yeah.
like the hot tamales or whatever.
Yeah, maybe not those. I'm not a fan of those whatsoever, but I do like whatever. Besides the point, good luck with the rest of the podcast. Have a great time.
See you, buddy. I'll use that at the end. I'm gonna take that and put it at the end. That was funny.
All right.
That's what I was going to say too. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, Sky.
What have you been watching?
yes, Scott.
I turned to look at the camera for the first time in the podcast. I looked directly into
That was great.
Not a whole lot. I've been playing more than I've been watching. Damn, Chan left for this, but Better Call. Oh wait, no, you're a Better Call Saul. My bad. I was mixing up you and Chan for a second. Yeah, I really like it. I'm halfway through season 4, and my favorite thing in the series happened this season, and I was waiting for it to happen, and it was it involved a fire, if you know what I mean, Sky.
I believe I do.
No. Okay. It would happened, and the one person we don't have to deal with anymore. I was like, I am not like that character. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. I've been binging that, and then I played a bit of Hollow Knight. I had Zach watch me on that last night. I think I'm on one of the other final boss fights. Yeah, it's cool. He got to see after I had learned most of the moves and was doing okay, but the first 25 times and me just instantly dying was less entertaining. What else? Rivals played a bit with Zach. We've got some comments on the new ranking system, which is
I was
tough.
playing today, Austin. I'm not even through the fucking stupid prep matches or whatever the fuck it's called.
Well, that's the thing. Is like we both have to play all 10 of the like preliminary ranking matches, and then either you have to move up like a rank, or I have to go down one.
I'll probably
and
move up.
it
I'm
makes
doing pretty good. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I was surprised you're lower than me. I'm like, I haven't played.
I
this
don't
shit
play
at
rank.
all.
I just play quick
Yeah.
player zombies for the most part. Until this
Yeah, it's
season,
carried me
I'm
since,
really
like,
fucking
season
with
1.
rivals right now.
Yeah. What else? What other games have I been playing? I feel like there's like one other thing I'm missing. Played a little rematch. What other game? Dang it. Oh, CSGO. I've been playing some CSGO with some of my friends.
Why?
I think that's about it. Our one other friend plays it, and I don't know, they got me to get on it and somehow convinced me to buy the version of ranked for CSGO because we were playing it very consistently for 2 weeks, and then we just stopped immediately after that.
That's how it always works.
And now we're back on it. Yeah, now I've bought like $100 in games in the past month, and I'm not happy about it because we're playing like one of them.
It's a good feeling.
But Arc Raiders, frick, I almost forgot about that one. Arc Raiders is actually really, really good. It's fun. Do you guys know what that is?
I've heard of it. That's it.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, it's like you're just living in a dystopian world where robots took over, and you got to go on scavenge trips.
Well,
That's
pretty
fun.
cool. I thought it was like
That's
like
about
a
it for me,
battle
Sky.
royale.
Thank you for it.
I'll always ask.
It kind of is, because you get dropped off in like, you go on your excursions and go up to the surface and get materials and stuff, and people are there with you. Like they spawn like a world, but you don't have to fight them. It's each person's choice, because you can go in, get the stuff you need, and then just exfil out of there. But
Is it like
you can
base
definitely
building?
choose to just murder everyone. Base building?
Like, yeah, like you get this material, then you go back to your base and you like upgrade and build your base.
Well, I mean, kind of. You have to build like benches and you like build things to upgrade guns, and get better guns and blueprints for other guns and materials to use and
To build other guns.
mend and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, I recognize there's actually, it's just an infinite loop of going in to get more things to upgrade your other things, but like I'm having a great time in the cycle.
That's awesome. I mean, it sounds like a fun game. It looks like a fun game. Skylar?
Zach,
Yes?
what have you been watching?
Dude, I had no idea you're gonna ask me that. I'm gonna
I almost did.
that'd be funny. Well, I mean, it would have been fitting because I've done that to like you and Chandler and Austin like 7 times throughout the last couple of weeks. I've been playing a lot of Rivals recently. I'm having a great time on that. My Black Widow is like 3 game. No, I'd argue to say 1 good game away from Centurion, which is pretty awesome. I'm very happy about that. And I'm going to lead that into Austin. One of my competitive matches earlier today was quite funny. We got stomped, like hardcore stomped. Like I think the highest kill on our team was like someone got 2 kills and it was our healer. But the best part about it was our one of our DPSs was a big dickhead. He was super upset at everyone. He even thought it was so necessary to type in the match chat, not the team chat. Our healers and tanks suck. He said that and he was like super pissed off. Guy was typing like fucking crazy. I didn't want to say anything because like all of us didn't really get a kill. I don't think it was our team at all. Their healers were amazing. I was like nailing all of my shots. I think I had like an 85% accuracy, which is like the highest accuracy I've ever had with Black Widow. But I only had 1 kill. I had 5 deaths and I couldn't touch any of them. I couldn't kill any of them at all. And he was like steaming, typing everyone in the chat, arguing with people on our team in match chat, which was fucking crazy. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything because he only has 1 more death than me. If I like embarrass him and then it turns out he's doing better than me, that's going to look bad. The game ended and I look at the scoreboard. He had 1,500 damage. I had 6,000 damage. And all of our healers had more damage than he did. And I was like, dude, you have no right to talk about how bad our team is when a Black Widow is over 3 timesing your fucking damage, dude. And he didn't decide to say anything else after that. He actually waited like and was arguing with people after the game ended. And then I was like, dude, I literally had over 3 times your score. And he left the game at that point. And I thought that was really funny. Fucking loser.
Sometimes someone else having a bad day makes yours better.
I know. I'm just like, dude, it's not that important. Go outside. The game, you are bronze. You are in bronze. You should not be this upset about your teammate.
That's true.
It's so true. But I actually I have One Punch Man up there, but I didn't read any of that this last week. I played 1 game of Fortnite on Wednesday, and then me and G are about halfway through My Hero season 4, which is pretty good. This is my favorite season. I love Overhaul, and I love the stuff that happens at the end of the season. It's good shit. And then what I was gonna say something. Oh, I watched 2 episodes of a show called Super Crooks, which is pretty good. It's one of those like shows that kind of blew up like Cyberpunk Edge Runners back whenever it came out, and everyone was talking about how good it was, and I just was like, I'll get around to it. And then I didn't. It's really good. It's pretty adult. It's in the Jupiter's Legacy universe, which is fucking really weird. Whenever I heard that, I'm like, oh, I was not aware that this was a Mark Miller production. It's like an anime off of a comic book that Mark Miller wrote. And it's really good so far. I'm not going to give any context of that, but I like it. I wonder what Mark Miller thinks of it. I feel like this definitely has to be one of the things that he's like relatively okay with, because it feels like a proper adaptation, even though I don't know what the book is, but it's pretty good so far. What other thing? Oh, I've been editing a lot. You guys should be getting a video next Monday. YouTube. I'm basically done.
Oh yeah.
It's 25. Actually, I think it's 27 minutes now. It's the most editing I've ever done in a video. I'm yapping a lot, but I think it's all really funny, so I keep it up. There's jokes specifically for Chandler and Skylar in it. Austin will obviously find them funny too, but they're specifically for Chandler and Skylar. And you'll see what I mean whenever you watch it. I think it's really good. Skylar's is in the Looney Tunes section. Chandler's is in the introduction section at the beginning. I'm excited for it. That's everything that I've been doing in the last week. I know it's a mouthful. Skylar? Oh, wait. Oh, awesome. Ready? This one's going to be easy this time.
My delays are really bad, I think.
It is
But
really
we'll give
bad.
it a try.
It is really bad.
Yeah.
Just you start and I'll just go whenever you go. Oh my God. This is
Sky.
Sky, what have you been watching?
Was it good or bad?
It was okay-ish. It was okay-ish. I didn't know if he heard me to start, so I started saying stuff as he was starting, but I jumped onto it. It's okay. Go ahead, Sky.
So mine's a super light week. So as I mentioned last time, this was my moving week. Obviously, the lack of stuff here shows how far I've gotten. I still have a good bit of stuff left to do, but it's getting there. But the big stress of getting like everything out, everything back in is kind of over. So that part's good. But some things that I have watched have been like, I started like The Simpsons because I needed something to like de-stress, and like after a large amount of phone calls, a large amount of dealing with people, I did not want anything else. I just wanted to be entertained, and that was it. So I started The Simpsons, and I'm only a couple episodes in. I went to the Hounds final game. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. That was the day that I moved into, so it was like work, and then I got to go to watch that, and it was a really good game. So
It's a nice
I
reward.
had a blast. Huh?
I said that's a nice reward. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have spoken up since I'm delayed.
It truly was a really nice reward. I was looking forward to it the entire day.
Guess what movie is number one in the box office this weekend?
Don't tell me.
You can guess. I know you can.
No, I can't.
All right.
Um,
You're going.
So I also had that same night, one of my friends stayed over, and he downloaded Jeopardy on my Apple TV to play Jeopardy because I put on a show and apparently it wasn't good enough. So he's like, I'm just going to do Jeopardy instead. So then we did Team Jeopardy.
That's saucy. I like that.
Yeah. And you'll never guess who it was too.
Was it Andre?
Oh, no, it was Logan.
That was going to be third guess. I'm going to be honest. Should have been second.
Yeah.
Should have been second guess.
He honestly should be first.
Idiot. Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah, but I think that's really it. I still have to watch the new Kagurabachi episode if there is one. I haven't even gotten to check. I think there is. I still got to read the new chapter of Madolo, but that's all stuff coming up. But yeah, I think that's it. It's honestly been a ridiculously light week for me.
I can believe it.
Really.
You have a lot going on there, buddy. I get it.
Yeah, but we're through the thick of it.
Oh, it's like that song.
Nice.
It is. Exact reference I was trying to make too.
Let's go.
Like,
all right. So next week we are going to do a Billy requested. We have a fan of the show and friend of me, Zach, Billy. He requested for Shark Boy and Lava Girl. However, we cannot find it at all anywhere. And even on our pirating site, we can't find it on that. Skylar looked into it. So
I looked into F movies one time.
yes,
That's looking into it.
I mean, okay.
You can find. Sorry, go
The
ahead.
replacement movie is much easier to find. We'll find Shark Boy and Lava Girl when we find Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I'm sorry, Billy. We'll do it as soon as possible. But we're going to be doing Frankenstein next week instead because that's really popular right now, and I'm very excited to watch it. And I'm going to do awesome. When do you no, okay, not next week, but the following week. I'm going to do everything we can to do an in-person episode with all four of us together sitting in a room for the first episode of the tier list for the start of December. Kind of. We'll talk about it. I don't know. But next week's Frankenstein. If you wanted it to be Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but things didn't work out that well. Skylar, do you want to end it off? You usually tend to do that.
Yeah, I think you said at the beginning.
Anyone have quarrels? That's how I transition into that usually.
No, but we still have make sure to like, subscribe. We're still trying to hit that goal of 1,000 subs by Christmas, and anything you do is greatly appreciated. Yeah, Frankenstein next week, and we'll see you then. We're missing our
Our guy.
co-host.
I'll do
But,
one
yeah.
wave for every subscriber we get in the next week.
Yeah, as you heard, Zach will rob one store for every new subscriber we get.
I was gonna escalate it from that, but the first thing I thought of was probably not YouTube like allowed. So we're just
Yeah,
gonna end it
not.
off there. All right, we'll see you guys next week with a Frankenstein. I don't know how to end it off. Bye.
Have a great time.